Hi guys, today we're going to talk about compound inequality. So a compound inequality consists of two equalities connected with and or. Okay? So let's take a look at the example. Write and graph an inequality. So we're trying to graph all real numbers that are greater than or equal to 2, -2, and less than 3. So think of any number that is greater than or equal to -2 and less than 3. What can that be? For example, 0. 0 is greater than or equal to -2 and less than 3. So in this case, and is the key word here. And anytime you say and, you have to connect. That means when you see x in the middle, x is greater than or equal to -2. So it has to be greater than and less than 3. But then you might say, but Miss Lee, this is less than. But we always read in terms of x. So x is greater than or equal to -2 and less than 3. And that's how you write the compound inequality. And when you have that, how do you graph it? So you put -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So -2 is greater than or equal to, so we need closed circle. And 3 is open circle. And anytime you see and, we connect. And we connect. Okay? Then let's read the next one. All real numbers that are less than or equal to -3 or greater than 0. Okay? So think of that. Any number that are less than or equal to -3. So think about it. X should be less than equal to -3. And it's not and, it's or greater than 0. So it's or. You can't have any number that is less than -3 and greater than 0. Is that right? So x should be less than equal to -3 or x is greater than 0. So you can't actually put these into one big inequality. So we just put it as two separate inequalities. And here's how you graph it. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Now, x should be less than equal to -3 or greater than 0. So when we have or, we separate. Okay? They're going to the opposite direction. Easy? Now, these examples are even easier. So solve and graph. 2x plus 3 is greater than equal to -5 and less than 7. Okay? We always, when you read the inequality, we start from where the x is. So we always want to start from 2x plus 3 is greater than equal to -5 and less than 7. Because it's in the middle, so it's in between. So it should be and. Is that right? So how do you solve this one? I'm going to rewrite this right here. Then here's how you solve it. We always want to solve, when we solve, you always want to isolate x. So we need to think of, how can I isolate x? What do I need to do? I need to get rid of 3. So in order to get rid of 3, I need to subtract 3. When I subtract 3, I need to subtract 3 from 7 and -5. So I need to subtract 3 from all sides. Then look, 2x is less than 4, greater than or equal to -8. We're almost done. Then what? Then you divide by 2. So when we divide by 2, do I only divide from 4? No. We have to divide from -8 as well. So my answer will be x is greater than or equal to -4, less than 2. How easy is that? And again, when I read this, x is greater than or equal to -4 and less than 2. So it's and, it's in between. So how do you graph it? You put negative 4 here. 1, 0, 1, 2, 2 there. And negative 4 is closed circle because it equal sign. 2 is open circle because there's no equal sign. Then what do? Since x is in between, we connect. And solution is x is greater than or equal to negative 4, less than 2. Easy? Okay. How about the next one? Solve and graph 6x minus 5 is less than 7 or 8x plus 1 is greater than 25. What should I do? Anytime you see or, we know that it's going to go to the separate direction, different directions, right? So we need to solve this, but there are two separate inequalities. We just solve them as regular inequalities, but we just solve it twice. So we just add 5 to both sides. See what I'm doing? 6x less than 12. X is less than 6. No, 2. Correct? So x is less than 2 is 1, or you subtract 1 from both sides, so 8x is greater than 24, divided by 8, or x is greater than 3. It's or, you remember? So it's going to be, let's say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Then 1 is open circle, 3 is open circle because there's no equal sign, right? X is less than 1 on to the other side, this side, and x is greater than 3 is on the other side. So anytime you see or, they go to the opposite directions. Understand? Okay, let's try another one. Solve and graph. When we read this, we always want to read from the x. So we are going to read negative 2 minus x is greater than negative 2 and less than 1. Anytime x is in the middle, it's going to be and we know that we are going to connect them. So which one do I need to get rid of first? That's right, this negative 2. So we're going to add 2 to both sides. 0, negative x, 3. Now, if you have negative x, what's the invisible number there? 1. So you're going to divide by negative 1. Negative 1, negative 1. Ooh, we are dividing by negative number. What am I going to do? Don't forget, we have to switch the sign. When we switch the symbol, guys, we need to switch both of them. So 0, negative 3. If I want to write from the smallest number, negative 3, x, and 0. And when I flip the numbers, it has to be flipped again. So x is greater than negative 3, less than 0. Make sense? Negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. So it's going to be open circle, connect. So we'll do the word problems in class. Example E, I want everyone to stop the video and try number 1 and 2. Once you're done, you can check your answer. Okay, now you can check your answer. P is greater than 2, less than 5. And you remember, when the variable is in the middle, we always connect them. You read it as P is greater than 2 and less than 5. Okay? And anytime you see or, you know that they are going to the opposite direction. B is less than negative 1 or B is greater than 2. Alright, thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in class.